Everything is full. Fullness there, fullness here, fullness around. If you take fullness out of fullness, fullness remains. This is meaning of the Sanskrit prayer. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Purnamada Purnamidam.
Welcome everyone to tonight's Atomic Dreaming class. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer. And a couple years ago, Dr. Pillai asked me to share these two techniques from the Tamil siddha tradition of enlightenment. He wants them to be used more widely with people across the world. So he's asked me to be sharing them with people. So his class is called Atomic Dreaming because Dr. Pillai says we all have a tremendous atomic power in our own mind, which we aren't necessarily taught in school how to use. However, these two techniques from the Tamil siddha tradition can help us to more consciously connect with this atomic power and begin to use it in ways that benefit us and can also be benefiting others. So the first technique will be more about the material plane, and the second technique is more focused on the spiritual dimension. And in the class, we go over the directions from Dr. Pillai for each of these techniques, and then we practice them together in class. And we've been doing this for quite a while on Zoom, and last week was our first time migrating over to YouTube. So I'm happy that we're starting to attract some new people as well. I like to start with a very simple clearing technique. And so if you're in a place where it's safe for you to close your eyes, I'll go ahead and have you close your eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and put a card up on the screen for people who can't close their eyes so they have something other than my face to look at for doing the technique. So just a moment while I put that up. Okay, and then let me close out my little video screen here. There we go. So go ahead and close your eyes if you're in a place where it's safe for you to do that. And now go ahead and receive a beam of white light into your right eye. The white light comes into your right eye and it goes into all the millions of cells in your right eye. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into your right eye and it goes all the way back into your right optic nerve. Now, receive a beam of white light into your left eye. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into your left eye and goes all the way back into your left optic nerve. Now, receive a beam of white light into your right ear. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the white light into your right ear, all the way into your right inner eardrum. Now, receive a beam of white light into your left ear. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the white light into your left ear, all the way into your left inner eardrum. Now, receive a beam of white light into your right nostril. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the white light into the right nostril, all the way into the right nasal cavity. Now, receive a beam of white light into your left nostril. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into the left nostril and goes all the way in to the left nasal cavity. Now, receive a beam of white light into your mouth. The white light comes into your mouth and it is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into the tip of your tongue, the middle of your tongue, the back of your tongue, and your tonsils area. Now, receive a beam of white light into your heart. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Now, receive a beam of white light coming down from the sky, entering into the top of your head. The white light comes into your head and it goes into all the cells in your brain, healing, clearing, renewing. The white light expands and fills your entire head. The white light flows into your neck and throat. The white light flows into your shoulders, and from your shoulders it flows into your arms and comes all the way down your arms and into your hands. The white light flows into your entire torso, and it goes into all of your inner organs, healing, clearing, renewing. The white light flows into your legs, into your thighs, to your knees, down into your shin and calves, into your ankles, and all the way down into your feet, and out the bottoms of the soles of your feet, connecting you with the earth. The white light is flowing through all the pores in your skin. And now all of us are in a river of white light, ready to begin our program. As I mentioned at the beginning, the first technique of atomic dreaming is more focused on the material plane. And in the directions for this technique, Dr. Pillai is suggesting that you can focus on something that to you is a kind of a goodie. And a goodie, it's a very playful word in the English language. And a goodie suggests something that puts a smile on our face, something that we're kind of excited about. And your goodie tonight could be anything that you might like to have, or you might like to do, or you might like to be, or some combination of those things. And as long as it's something that isn't going to hurt you and it isn't going to hurt another person, the sky's the limit for what your goodie could be for you tonight. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to read the directions from Dr. Pillai about this first technique of atomic dreaming. These are his words now. tapping into your total consciousness. We use only the mind-body consciousness, where the body and mind together give you a sense of reality. You never consciously attempt to separate the body from the mind. There are meditations that the siddhas do to separate their body and the mind. I'll give you an example. You are in San Diego in your house. You think about that you are in, say, India, staying in a hotel, and for a few days you are in the hotel. What is really happening when you do this exercise? Yes, in San Diego, your body and mind are together, and that is where, for all practical purposes, you are. But you are thinking that you are in India, in a hotel room. So the mind alone is there in the hotel. You visualize your hotel room, the restaurant that you go to. You are going to a Chinese restaurant, eating Chinese food. And then you familiarize yourself with the area. You are coming to the lobby and talking to some Indians, doing business with them, or whatever. But actually, what you are doing is just imaginary, an unreal exercise, an exercise in unreality by worldly standards. If you live this life on a daily basis, that will help you to separate your mind from the body. Then you can go to the soul. But this first exercise is important, and it will be so liberating for the mind. You can think about all kinds of goodies. You have a Rolls Royce, driving a Rolls Royce. You have a mansion. All these things you can do. And if you remain in that consciousness for a long time, although it is faking, that will do a lot of good because your unconscious will pick up those constant hammerings. And psychologically, it is such an ego-satisfying consciousness, which is good. So these are the words to us from Dr. Pillai about the first technique of atomic dreaming. And again, he's suggesting that you can focus on something that is a kind of a goodie to you. So right now, go ahead and start to picture a scene with you enjoying your goodie. Allow yourself to include yourself in the scene. Allow yourself to see all the colors of the scene very vividly. And allow yourself to experience your happy emotions of being with your goodie, enjoying your goodie, having a happy adventure with your goodie. Allow yourself to see this very vividly and allow yourself to experience feeling joy with your goodie. Allow yourself to have an innocent pleasure with your goodie. And know that Dr. Pillai wants you to be having this experience of feeling this happiness with your goodie. He says this is a positive, ego-satisfying experience to have. So allow yourself to really experience having an adventure with your goodie. And allow yourself to bring all of your senses into this experience. You're seeing it vividly, all the colors. You're feeling the joy. And if there's anything in your goodie for you to hear, whether it's the waves at the ocean, or maybe there's some kind of music, or perhaps you're in traffic and hearing the sounds of the cars, or maybe having a happy conversation with a friend. Whatever is there in your goodie to hear, allow yourself to be hearing that vividly. You're seeing it, all the colors. You're feeling joy. You're feeling happy. You're feeling fulfilled, complete. You're hearing whatever happy sounds are there. And again, you're bringing all of your senses into your adventure. And you allow yourself to see how this adventure unfolds right now. You allow yourself to see where this adventure is taking you. And if there's anything with your goodie that's there for you to eat or to drink, allow yourself to enjoy the sensation of taste and enjoy whatever is there to eat or to drink, whether it's a lavish party or a simple picnic or maybe just a simple cup of coffee and a new car. Whatever is there of a tasting nature, allow yourself to enjoy that. So all of your senses are becoming engaged with your goodie, and your pleasure and your joy with this goodie continues to expand. You allow your happiness to grow, and you allow the adventure to continue to unfold. And if there's anything in your goodie that has a pleasant scent or aroma, maybe you're outside with a barbecue, or maybe there's fresh flowers or incense, or maybe just a really nice perfume. Whatever is there for you to smell, enjoy that as well. You're seeing all the colors. You're hearing everything. You're smelling, you're tasting, and your happiness with your goodie continues to grow and expand. You feel it more and more deeply. Joy, bliss. You feel satisfied with your goodie. And if there's anything with your goodie that's of a tactile nature, something there for you to touch, whether it's bare feet on grass or maybe on sand at the beach, or you're feeling beautiful fabric of new clothes, or holding the steering wheel of a new car, whatever is there for you to touch of a tactile nature, allow yourself to be enjoying that as well. So you're really enjoying your goodie with all of your senses, and you're allowing your joy with your goodie to continue to become deeper, to become even happier. It continues to grow. Your satisfaction, your sense of fulfillment, your happiness continues to expand. You have a smile on your face in your scene with your goodie, a very joyful smile. And you allow your adventure to continue to expand, and you continue to see where that takes you. And now, gently, gently start to come back. Come back to where your body is. Give thanks to Dr. Pillai for whatever experience you had with your goodie. and allow yourself to come back to where your body is. Allow yourself to reintegrate. And those of you that have been in this class before know that I do like the class to be a little bit interactive. So if you'd like to share in the chat a little bit about your experience with your goodie, you're welcome to do that. You're not required to chat. That's okay if you don't want to. Or if you just want to share how it made you feel to be with your goodie, if you don't want to share all the details of your goodie, you could also do that as well. So right now I'm checking the chat to see if there's anybody that's able to share. I see Wahid saying he can never relax or calm himself from meditation. That's partly why we do the clearing exercise at the beginning, is to help us to start to calm down or relax. And I know when I first learned to meditate many years ago, it was hard for me to even sit still for just 5 minutes. Just would keep looking at my clock, is it 5 minutes yet? Is it 5 minutes yet? So you have to be patient, and daily practice is something that helps. So even if you just set a little timer, maybe on your phone, to sit for 5 minutes, you might just try that. Just try it. Just listen to your breathing and just try that. I see Lisa in the chat saying, tonight for her goodie, she was enjoying lottery winnings. She had manifested a huge jackpot of $333 million, and she saw herself down at the lottery office signing the claims forms and laughing and happy in the moment. She said it was a very fun experience. Oh, that's a wonderful goodie. I like that. Sitaram is saying that Sitaram really enjoyed the journey with the goodie. Oh, I'm happy for that. Sheila is saying that Sheila is from Mauritius. Oh, I'm so happy that we have people from different parts of the world with us tonight. That's really great. I'm happy that we are getting a bit of a wider audience now that we've moved over to the YouTube. Lovely. Thank you for sharing that. Sam is saying tonight for his goodie, he envisioned his career growing by leaps and bounds. He was taking authentic leadership. He was being valued and appreciated for his talents, and he was getting rewards from many sources. And he says, I appreciate you, Swamini. Oh, Sam, I'm so happy that you're being able to picture your career taking off in that wonderful way as your goodie. I'm really happy for that. Lovely. Wahid is sharing, he did tonight manage to visualize his dream, even though he's puttering about in the kitchen at the moment. That's wonderful. Yes, you can visualize something while you're taking a walk, while you're doing something else like the dishes, or as Wahid's saying, puttering about in the kitchen. So this is a waking state kind of meditation, and you don't have to be sitting still to be practicing it. Although for many of us, starting with sitting still is a way to get connected into it. Wahid is saying he's from England. Lovely. I think we have a few other people from other countries, different states as well. I'm in New Mexico myself at the moment. Well, thank you for sharing, those of you that share. I have experienced this class as always being very loving and supportive towards everyone who shares. And I appreciate everyone who's here, whether you share or not. Just your presence on the call helps everyone to go deeper with the two techniques. So I'm not seeing any other sharings about the first technique, so I'll go ahead now and start to give the directions for the second technique of atomic dreaming. For this one, we do it just a little bit differently from the first one. We are going to again listen to the words from Dr. Pillai about the second technique. They're very short directions. I'm going to talk about it very briefly, and then we're going to do it together in silence for 5 minutes. And I'll let you know when the 5 minutes is beginning, and I'll gently take you out of it when the 5 minutes is over. The reason that we're going to do the second one in silence is because, as I mentioned at the beginning, this one is more of a spiritual dimension technique, and I don't want my words to be constraining you in any way. Because these techniques are being empowered by Dr. Pillai, I can trust that you're going to be protected during this silence, and I trust that he's going to help you to have a good experience with the technique. So that's how we're going to do the second technique. So right now I'm going to share the words from Dr. Pillai about the second technique of atomic dreaming. These are his words now. If you want it to be more powerful, then you have to go imagine that you are in heaven with Lord Shiva or Vishnu or Muruga or Ganesha or Jesus or the Buddha. Keep on thinking it over and over and over and over again. Then you can imagine that you have your mind is your subtle body. And this subtle body is thinking these thoughts which are real to the subtle body. I know a particular case where that exercise yielded results within a few days. Since this is a very powerful technique, you should not do it more than 5 minutes. God bless. So those are the words to us from Dr. Pillai about the second technique of atomic dreaming. Now, each of you may have your own way of picturing going to heaven, and that's fine. For me, it's a bit like very fast, like kind of like warp speed in Star Trek. You're not limited to the archetypes that he mentioned. You're welcome to go to heaven and visit with someone else if you wanted to go visit, for example, Mother Mary or Lakshmi or Kuan Yin from the Chinese Taoist tradition. You're welcome to do that. If you're a more secular person, you might just picture going into perhaps a higher dimension and visiting with someone that you consider to have higher intelligence, like Einstein or Tesla. So again, we're going to do this technique together in silence for 5 minutes, starting now. Gently, gently start to come back to earth. Give thanks to Dr. Pillai for whatever experience you had. Give thanks to whatever beings you interacted with, and allow yourself to come back. Come back to earth. Come back to your body. And again, if you would like to share in the chat about your experience or about how it made you feel, you're welcome to do that. I see there were comments in the chat that I didn't get to read before we started the second technique. Ifat is saying, thank you for this beautiful session, enjoying listening to everyone's experience and also enjoying my own calmness. Wahid is suggesting, for the lady who's going to win the lottery, buy your outfit that you intend to wear when you collect your lotto win. Oh, nice suggestion. Ayana is saying for her goodie, for the first technique, she traveled luxuriously to Southern California and she stayed at luxurious accommodations. And then after her time in California, as part of her goodie, she traveled to India during one of Babaji's pilgrimages. And during her travels, she had $500,000, I guess in cash, for her to do things with. Lovely. Lisa's sharing, beautiful sharing, everyone. Wahid is saying, I have taken Goddess Lakshmi as my own mother. Oh, that's a beautiful connection. I like that. Lisa is sharing tonight with the second technique. Satya Sai Baba appeared to her and they chanted Shrimbrazi for everyone here on this platform. Oh, that's sweet. That's very sweet. Ayana is saying tonight in the second technique, she met Agastya. Agastya is considered to be like the father of the Tamil siddha tradition. He'll have a birthday coming up later this month when the moon goes into Aslesha this month. He'll be having a birthday. Agastya transformed himself into a light body and would come and go on earth back and forth several times. So that's a lovely one to visit with. Yasmin is saying love and gratitude to Babaji and Lord Ganesha, Haramba Ganapati. Lovely. Wonderful. Sitaram is saying tonight with the second technique, she met Mother Mary, and Mother Mary took Sitaram into her womb. She felt protected, and she was in a thoughtlessness awareness. Oh, that's so beautiful. Today is December 12th, and in my area, this is considered the feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe, a form of Mary that appeared many, I think, centuries ago to a young man in Mexico, Juan Diego. And so this is a celebration of that particular visionary experience. So her energy is definitely up at the moment. Dr. Pillai has talked about the creative and manifestation skills of Mary, that her womb had tremendous creative energies. And for us to picture, if we want to go into her womb and to experience receiving healing energies from her. Mary was a very gifted healer in her own right. I'm so happy for you, Sitaram, that you had such a nice experience. Shriva Krishna is saying, it looks like for his goodie tonight, he was picturing a new project opportunity with the same client that he's working with, obtaining the interview, getting the job project long-term role visualized, a good dream car, a lovely wife, a house, and a family. Oh, those are very happy things for your goodie, Shiva Krishna. Lovely for your first technique. Wonderful. Sam is sharing for the second technique, he called upon Kalabhairava tonight, who sped up time, quickly making him a leader in his career industry. And Kalabhairava gave him some career advice and told him how good his current job is for him. He says, thank you. Wonderful. I'm happy that people are having some positive experiences with both of the techniques. So you have permission, of course, to use both these techniques during the week. I know some people in class have been working with them almost every day and have had some good experiences with that. You're welcome to share these techniques with other people if you have occasion where that's appropriate, as long as you're giving the techniques away freely. They've been freely given to you so they can be freely passed on to others. This is a weekly class every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. I'll be doing this class. The replays, of course, are always available on the YouTube, so if you want to just listen to one during the week while you're puttering around in your kitchen, again, you're welcome to do that. So again, thank you all for being here. I thank Dr. Pillai for his generosity in sharing so many different techniques and teachings with us, and for him giving me permission to be sharing these techniques with the larger world. He really would like for us to work with both of the techniques because he wants people living what he calls a 200% life, meaning 100% successful and focused on the material plane, and 100% successful and focused on the spiritual dimension as well. So you're totally welcome to practice these techniques. And again, we all have this tremendous atomic power in our own mind, and working with these techniques helps us to more consciously connect with that power and begin to use it more and more creatively. So imagination, there was one lady one time that came to class and she listened to the directions and she was kind of skeptical, saying, well, it sounds like we're just using our imagination. And I'm like, yes, we are, but Einstein considered imagination to be more important than the rational mind. The rational mind is supposed to be the servant, not the master. So these techniques are helping us expand into that intuitive area that we have perhaps lost some touch with in the modern world. And Dr. Pillai is encouraging us to use these techniques. So checking the chat here again, I see Cheryl saying in the second technique she met Ganesha and he answered a long time query that she had had. Wonderful. I'm really happy that you were able to get an answer you've been looking for a long time. Yasmin is saying, thank you, Swamini Valli, for this beautiful and grace-filled session. Well, thank you all for being my classmates as well. Thank you all for being here. And I see Ayana saying thank you to Babaji, to Swamini, and to all. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to be respectful to your time, and I'll go ahead and close out for tonight. Again, I'll be here again next Tuesday, and you're welcome to come again. And thank you to those who listen to it later on the replay as well. Thank you for participating. Namaste. The light in me truly honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all.